So what I have here is an old propane tank, and we're going to go ahead and use that as our counterweight for the tractor. So what I have is I have this piece here, right there, and that goes behind the tractor on the 3-point hitch, and I use it to lift things up. I'll turn that around for you. I use it to lift things up with the hook, and then also I can put a receiver hitch in there and tow things. We're just going to use that for the size, and we're cutting out of this metal frame. I've already cut the bottom piece out. It's the length of that, it's 25 inches. And what I'm doing now, I've already cut it out. I'm going to weld these ends on it here. And then I'm going to weld these nuts onto that, right like that. And then I've got this. This is a foot that came with the sawmill, but I don't use it. And we're going to put that in the nut. We'll cut it off to the 3 inches, and then that will go into the 3-point hitch. We'll notch the bottom of the tank. We'll weld that in. Then we'll go up a little bit, and we'll notch for the other arm there. So let's go ahead and get started with our welding. Alright folks, I really have no idea how well this is going to come out in the video. I just don't know. So we're going to find out. Just so you know, I'm new to welding. I've had 3 classes. So let's see how this goes. But it's pretty hot. Let's turn that down a little bit. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Nut is going to go right there. Before I put the nut on, I'm going to cut my shaft down to the 3.5 inches or so it needs to be. Okay, we'll clean them threads up, and then we'll weld the nuts on. Alright, we got our plates welded on. They're cleaned up a little bit. If you want a professional looking weld, I'm not your guy. Now I'm going to weld these nuts onto here, and these are just screwed in. So let's go ahead and weld that. We'll get that nut tacked on there, and then we'll weld it on good after that. On the center here. Alright, let's weld that puppy on there. Okay, so what I'm doing now, is I'm cutting into the tank right here, and I'm going to weld this bar into there. I've already made the first cut. I put my bar up there and marked for the second cut. Now I'm going to make that cut in the tank. The tank was already purged, it's empty. No worries there. So we'll make this second cut. got to just cut across and cut the pieces out. In case nobody noticed, I've never done anything like this. I don't have a clue as to what I'm doing. Alright, that's going like that. We've got a little more cutting to do, I guess. And that'll be welded in like that. And then that'll be able to lift this up. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Okay, so that'll work just like that. So we can weld that piece in like that. We'll center it and mark it. Weld that in, and then we can work on the upper piece. So I'm going to get this cleaned up, get the rust off, and then we'll weld it in. Everything's all cleaned up, as you can see, and we're ready to weld. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to weld that in now. Hopefully this shows up. I have no idea if this welding's going to show up or not. We'll find out. Once again, folks, I'm brand new to welding. I haven't done much at all. You saw me do the trailer. I've had like 3 classes. I am taking a night class at the local high school to learn how to weld. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, ran out of battery, but as you can see, we got the piece all welded in. It's welded all the way around. They're not the prettiest of welds, but I tell you what, it's gonna hold. So that's where the bottom of the 3-point hitch is gonna go. This will be standing up. Now we gotta do for the top piece. So that's gonna be where that piece right there would be, right there. And that is 19 inches center from those pins to that pin. So we're gonna measure up 19 from the center there, and we're going to build a piece and weld it in there. Alright, I've cut out a piece of square tubing. I've marked it right there where I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut that out, and then we're going to weld that in. This is pretty much eyeballed, so hopefully it fits in there good. It should. I'm not a professional. I don't even play one on TV or YouTube. So let's go ahead and cut that out, and then we'll weld that in. And y'all get to watch. All right, let's go. You didn't think it would fit the first time, did you? Okay, she's in. Alright, so we're going to clean that up, get the paint off it, and then we'll weld it in. We got that piece all cleaned up, and I've got the tank leveled. I put a level on there, made sure everything was level, and then I leveled that piece up. And I've got it on there with magnets So it's at a nice 90. So now we're going to go ahead and tack that in. We'll see how that goes. Alright, I forgot to turn you back on when I was tacking it in, but it's all tacked in now. Now we're going to go ahead and finish welding. So what I want to do now is I'm going to cut the top and the bottom off and just leave these sides on, and that's what the arm will connect into. So let's put the grinder on, the cutter wheel back on, and we'll cut that off. As you can see, I drilled holes through these. I cut that off, drilled holes through them. I have drilled holes through these for the pins to go in. You can see this one here is going to go right in like that. Go ahead and put this one in. I'll just tighten that up like that. And our pin just goes in like that. Now we're ready to try this out on the tractor. And then after that, we'll cut the top and fill it with cement. So let's give it a try. Go. Now we just got to fill it with about 400 pounds of cement and it'll be good. I really like it. I think it worked out good. I like the way that when it's all the way up, it's straight up and down. So yeah, that'll work. So now we just have to paint it there and fill it up full of cement and it's done. So folks, that's going to do it from the mountain for today. I hope you liked this video. This didn't cost me anything to build this. I got this tank for free. It was scrap. The metal I used down there was all scrap. The rods came from, they were the feet off the sawmill. It didn't take me that long. All it's going to cost me is probably about $30 worth of cement. And this thing will be awesome. So you know what to do in my videos. Like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends and your neighbors about us. And as always, folks, God bless.